Hello everyone, this is Teacher Juvie and I will be your guide for today's lesson.
Our topic is about adding and subtracting decimals and mixed decimals to 10,000s. Before we proceed to our lesson, let's recall the process on how to round off decimals. Add 1 to the digit in the rounding place if the digit to its right is 5 or greater. Otherwise, leave the digit unchanged. Drop all digits after the rounding place. Okay. So, similar lang din siya ng pag-round off natin sa whole number. So, mag-add 1 tayo dun sa digit or dun sa rounding place natin kung ang katabi niya is 5 or greater. Kung hindi naman, halimbawa ang katabi ng ating rounding place ay less than 5, so ang gagawin natin, wala tayong babaguhin doon sa digit or doon sa ating rounding place and idadrop natin yung mga digits after the rounding place, magiging 0 na siya. Okay, so let's have an example. A birdhouse was built 6 and 243,000 meters above the ground. Round to the nearest whole number. So we are going to round off yung 6 and 243,000 meters sa nearest whole number niya. Ano ba yung whole number niya? Diba yung 6? Okay. So applying the process, so yung first step natin is we have to identify the rounding place. So from the given number na 6 and 243,000, ang ating rounding place ay ang 6. Kasi siya yung ating nearest whole number. After we identify the rounding place, let us now look at the digit which is to the right of the rounding place. So tingnan natin yung digit na nasa kanan ng ating rounding place. So ang nasa kanan ng 6 ay 2. Diba? So, tatandaan nyo lang na if the digit is less than 5, do not change the digit in the rounding place. So, kapag mababa sa 5, hindi natin babaguhin yung digit na ating nira-round off or yung ating rounding place. Pero, if the digit is 5 or greater, we add 1 to the digit in the rounding place. Pero kapag ang katabi ng ating rounding place ay 5 or greater, dun tayo mag-round up or mag-add tayo ng 1 doon sa digit or digit na nasa rounding place. Okay, so since ang nasa kanan ng 6 ay 2 at ang 2 ay less than 5, therefore, tayo ay mag-round down. Ang ating last process is we drop all digits to the right of the rounding place. So from the given number, dahil tayo nga ay nag-round down, so wala tayong babaguhin dun sa ating rounding place at is pa rin siya, pero yung mga nasa kanang digits ng ating rounding place ay magiging 0 na. So since nearest whole number ang ating hinahanap, so ang ating rounded value is 6. Therefore, the birdhouse is about 6 meters high. Lagi niyong lalagyan ng word na about sa inyong final answer kasi nga tayo ay nag-e-estimate. Okay, so let's do learning task 1. We will estimate the sum of the given situation by rounding the amount to the highest peso value. So, ito yung situation natin. Kena bought these items at the grocery. Shampoo for 24 pesos and 75 centavos, bath soap for 7 pesos and 19 centavos, powder for 8 pesos and 28 centavos, toothpaste for 9 pesos and 80 centavos. About how much did she spend? So we are going to get the estimated sum for the following items. Okay, so i-list down natin yung mga items na binili ni Kenna and i-round off na natin siya to the nearest peso value. So we have 24 pesos and 75 centavos. So magiging 25 pesos na siya. Then we have 7 pesos and 19 centavos. So that is 7 pesos. Then 8 pesos and 28 centavos is 8 pesos. And 9 pesos and 80 centavos will become 10 pesos. Then, we are looking for the estimated amount that she spent for the following items. So, ang gagawin natin is i-add natin yung mga estimated value. So, ang total niyan ngayon is 50 pesos. So, ang answer natin sa situation na to is that Kenna spent about 50 pesos. So, you have to remember that when we add and subtract decimals, it is also similar to the process of adding and subtracting whole numbers. Decimals through 10,000s have 4 digits after the decimal points. Here are the steps on how to add and subtract decimals or decimal numbers through 10,000s. Okay, so let's have an example. Add 2 and 25 hundredths plus 3 hundredths plus 756 10,000s. So, ang first step natin is we arrange the digits in columns and align the decimal points. So, kailangan i-arrange natin ng magkakatapat yung mga place value ng mga digits na to. At ang ating guide doon ay yung decimal points. So, 2 and 25 hundredths, 3 hundredths, and 756 10,000s. So, dapat magkaka-align ang mga place value at ang kanilang decimal point. Okay, next step is we insert zeros in empty decimal place values if needed so that all of the numbers have the same number of decimal places. So, doon sa mga nawawalang place value, ang ating place value holder will be 0. So, kailangan mag-insert tayo ng 0 doon sa ating mga numbers para lang magkaroon tayo ng guide at hindi tayo malito sa pag-align ng mga decimal numbers. Okay, so since ang pinaka maraming digits dito ay ang 756 10,000s dahil siya ay may 4 digits na decimal or may 4 decimal places, so dadagdagan natin ng 2 0 yung 2 and 25 hundredths, diba? At yung 3 hundredths. Okay, next is we can now add or subtract as with whole numbers. So, similar din siya ng pag-add natin ng whole numbers. So, pag magkaka-align na sila ng magkaka-align na yung mga digits, so, pwede na tayong mag-proceed sa addition. So, ang ating magiging sagot dyan ay 2 and 3,556 10,000s. Okay, so let's try this learning task number 2. Arrange in column and add the following decimal numbers. So, meron tayong mga decimal numbers dito na nakasulat horizontally. So, gagawin natin, i-arrange natin itong mga numbers ng naka-column. Okay. So, sabi nga, kailangan pagtatapat-tapatin natin yung mga decimal places nila at yung kanyang decimal point. Okay, so we have 8 thousandths. Dinagdagan natin ng 0 para maging 8 10,000s. Then we have 2 hundredths. Meron tayong 87 10,000s, 39 hundredths, and 3,661 10,000s. Dahil nga ang ating pinakamataas na place value ay dito sa mga given numbers or decimal numbers ay 10,000s. So, we can now proceed on adding these decimal numbers. So, ang ating magiging sagot ay 7,928 10,000s. Okay, so next is we will add 53 10,000s, 71 hundreds, 9 hundreds, 15 thousands, and 173 thousands. Okay. So, nagdagdag na ako ng mga zeros dun sa mga nawawalang digits. Then, pwede na tayong mag-add at ang ating makukuhang sagot ay 9,933 10,000s. Okay, next is kung papansin ninyo, yung given numbers or decimal numbers ay meron ng dalawang operations na involved. So, meron tayong addition and subtraction. So, unahin muna natin yung dalawang nauunang decimals. So, we have 7,000s. I-add natin sa 3,531 10,000s. So, kung papansin ninyo, nag-add tayo ng 0 doon sa ating 7,000s. At magkaka-align dapat ang kanilang mga decimal places and decimal point. So, ang makukuha nating sum dyan is 3,601 10,000s. Then, saka natin babawasan or ima-minus ang 126,000s. So, subtract natin. So, 1 minus 0 is 0. Yung 0, bawal nating isubtract ang 6. So, nag-borrow tayo ng 10 doon sa ating hundreds place. So, magiging 10 yung 0 at magiging 5 naman yung ating 6. So, ang ating magiging sagot dyan ay 2,341 10,000s. Then, after natin makuha yung difference, i-add naman natin siya sa 1,500s. Okay, so ang ating magiging sagot ay 3,841 10,000s. Then, saka natin ibabawas ang 800s. And we will get the final answer of 3,041 10,000s. Okay, so let's have learning task number 3. Solve the problems below. So, meron tayong mga given problems dito na kailangan nating isolve, pero dapat i-analyze natin ang mga problem para ma-solve natin siya. So, 3 pails have different capacities. The small pail can hold 62 10,000 liters of water. The bigger pail has a capacity of 3,792 10,000 liters, while the biggest pail holds 9,914 10,000 liters. So, find the total amount of water that can be stored in the pails. So, syempre, total amount ang tinatanong, ibig sabihin, we're going to use addition. So, i-align natin yung mga given decimal numbers. Then, proceed tayo sa pag-a-add. So, ang makukuha nating sagot dito is 1 and 3,768 10,000s. So, the final answer to this problem is 1 and 3,768 10,000 liters. So, that is the total amount of water that can be stored in the pails. Okay, so let's answer the problem number 2. A gasoline tank of a car has 4 and 2,893 10,000 liters of gasoline. It is driven to a gasoline station and filled with 9 and 6,782 10,000 liters. If the tank has 12 and 4,894 10,000 liters after driving to the school and office, how many liters of gasoline were used? So, sabi, yung car, meron siyang gasolina na 4 and 2,893 10,000 liters ng gasoline. Then, dinrive yun sa gasoline station at nilagyan siya ng laman ng 9 and 6,782 10,000 liters naman. So, ang gagawin natin doon, pagsasamahin natin yung dalawang numbers na yon. So, we will get the sum of 13 and 9,675 10,000 liters. Then, kung ang tangke na lang ngayon ay merong 12 and 4,894 10,000 pagkatapos siyang i-drive sa school and office, so ilan ngayon yung litro ng gasolina na nagamit? So ngayon, isasubtract natin yung natirang gasolina dito sa ating total number of gasoline. So we will get a difference of 1 and 4,781 10,000. So, the answer now is 1 and 4,781 10,000 liters of gasoline were used. Okay, so let's proceed on learning task number 4, wherein we will solve the problem and we have to estimate the total amount. So, this is the problem. Mr. Cruz's monthly income is 75,000 pesos. He divides his income into the following expenses. So, yung food has 22,450 pesos and 89 centavos. Recreation, 5,676 pesos and 63 centavos. Clothes, 15,670 pesos and 25 centavos. Transportation, 10,067 pesos and 15 centavos. Other amount goes to savings. How much is the savings? So, ito yung mga expenses niya. Ang gagawin natin, i-estimate natin yung kanyang mga expenses and saka natin ibabawas kasi daw sa lahat, ang after daw nitong mga expenses niya, yun na yung kanyang savings. So, saka natin ibabawas yun sa ating pinaka monthly income. Okay, so solution natin, una muna, i-estimate muna natin yung mga given expenses. So, yung 22,450 pesos and 89 centavos, magiging 22,000 na lang. Kasi dapat nearest peso tayo. Then, yung 5,676 pesos and 63 centavos ay magiging 6,000 pesos. Then, yung 15,670 pesos and 25 centavos will become 16,000 pesos. And lastly, yung ating 10,067 pesos and 15 centavos ay magiging 10,000. So, i-add natin itong mga expenses niya. So, meron siyang total amount of 54,000 pesos. Okay, so dahil nga ang kanyang natira doon sa kanyang expenses ay savings na, kailangan nating isubtract ang 54,000 sa ating 75,000 pesos. So, makukuha natin ngayon is 21,000 pesos. So, ito ngayon yung savings ni Mr. Cruz. 21,000 pesos.
Thanks for watching this video. Hit like if you learned something from this video and don't forget to subscribe on this channel. Thank you so much.